Hey guys, Paul here. Welcome back to the channel. Since I got my first Tesla, which is Tesla Model 3, I have reviewed so many display for both Model 3 and Model Y, both the one in the front instrument cluster display, or the rear entertainment display for the rear passenger, but I never review the display that's in the front and it's as big as your main display, which is about 15.6 or 0.3 inch, give or take. But finally today I got that display. This is a new 15.3 inch display. This is just for entertainment, for a co-pilot. So this is a co-pilot display, so your front passenger can enjoy a show, can enjoy gaming while you're on a long road trip and don't get bored or just fall asleep. So in today's video I'll show you what comes in the box and then quick step-by-step installation. This display actually you don't have to permanently install it. I can just take it out and then put it back in within 5 minutes, and then at the end we'll test it out and see how it looks in my Tesla Model Y. Now let's go. Let's see what comes in the box of this co-pilot entertainment display from Tesla C for your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. And here what came in the box. Let's take a closer look. So this is a display itself. It's about 15.8, I believe, 15.6 inch display. Almost the same size as the main display in the Model 3 and Model Y. And this is the back of the display. So you have a headphone jack and USB-A port, and then USB-C port for the power supply on bottom here, and then the screw brackets to install on the bracket that you'll be installing on the back of your main display. And this is the bracket that you'll be installing in the back of this display. This will sit right on top of the dashboard. I highly recommend not to remove adhesive covers if you are planning to use this display temporarily, like for the road trip. And this will cover the back of the bracket after you install all the screws. So these are all the screws that came in the package. So these screws are for installing the bracket on the display. Also, this is a power supply, so you will connect the USB-C part at the bottom of the display and connect this and plug it into your center console 12-volt socket. So this will power the display. And this part is for your OBD port on the right side passenger seat. Side panels, this will install wirelessly. So this is wireless box that it will communicate with the display. So far the display doesn't have any control to the car, but this will allow the display will go to sleep after the car is shut down or turned off, or when you lock the car, because this will plug into your 12 socket. Without this, the display will just keep itself on all the time. And this is a optional OBD port. Usually cars that come from Giga Shanghai in China would have this OBD port underneath the driver's seat, but the rest of the world I don't think they do have, so that's why you have to install this one. Alright, so these are everything that came in the box. Now let me show you where you can get this new co-pilot entertainment display for your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. You can get this new 15.6 inch co-pilot display for Tesla Model 3 and Model Y from Tesla C or teslac.com. As you can see here, there are 3 different versions for the cars: Model 3, Model 3 Highland, and Model Y. And make sure to select the right processor for your car too, Intel or AMD. So basically the car that is 2021 and older would be Intel processor, and 2022 and newer would be AMD processor. So make sure pick the right one for your car. And if you are interested, you can use my special discount code that TC for extra 25% off. Right now they are having a promotion for 25% off, which is really awesome deal. All right, now let's go and install it in my Tesla Model Y. This video is sponsored by Amber. Amber offers modern extended warranty for your high mileage Tesla, which will cover battery, drive units, and much more without long-term commitment or huge fees upfront. And if you are interested, you can get a quick over-the-air diagnostic and a quick quote right on your phone. You can use my special discount code PAUL5 for 5% off on your premium plan, or you can click the link in the description down below. Now let's continue with the video. Before we start the installation, you will need some of these plastic trim removal tools. I'll drop the link in the description down below. Now let's get started. Next, use one of the trim removal tools to help remove this panel right here. No screw all the clips. The next one is this panel. You can use your hand to remove it. After that, we have to remove this one, but before that, you have to remove part of the rubber seal first. So the rubber seal's out, just remove a plastic locking clips right here. So just use one of the two to remove the clip out. As you can see, it's really easy to remove. Now you should be able to pull this whole door seal panel out. So just clips. There you go. So the whole panel should come out. Next, there's one more plastic locking clip. Use the same tool and then remove the clip out. Now we have the full access to this passenger side panel right here. Before we go to the next step here, I highly recommend to turn off the power in the car first. Just go to the main menu and then scroll down to safety and then all the way down, power off. Now we are ready to unplug and plug in the OBD port. So first we have to unplug this power. You open this panel. For Model Y, it's on the inside of this panel right here, and that is the blue plug. It's open port, the open OBD port. You can just plug it in. And for Model 3 and the Model 3 Hainan, the power supply plug should be the same, and OBD should be white, and it's right here and should be open too, so you can just plug it in there. And next step here, we can unplug the power plug first. This is the white one, so unplug this one and then plug in the included wire harness that came with the display. So we just plug this one in, so it has pass-through plug on it, so it will pass through the power back to the box, this wireless box that will communicate with the display, and the car still get the power back from there. So we just plug it back in through the pass-through like so. Now since that blue open OBD port, it's open, so you just plug this one in, the one that came with the display, into that port right there. There you go. And last but not least, just connect the other end to the wireless transmitter box. There you go. Now everything is all connected. We just have to put everything back in place and then put all the panels back on. Alright, so I put all the panels back in together. Now we're done with the connection to the car. Now the easiest part of the installation is to install the co-pilot display. Before we do that, make sure you plug into the power supply wire that came with the display, because this will go underneath here, run through the side of center console, and then this will plug into the center console 12-volt socket. Alright, now let's install the main display. Okay, to install the co-pilot display, it's really simple. Remember, we install this bracket, just move it on the top and then insert the bracket onto the main display of your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Just put it on right on the top of the display. Make sure to push it all the way down. There you go. So it stays really tight and snug. Make sure this one doesn't move at all. And another bracket in the back, let me show you later, will just resting on the dashboard. Here you go. You are done with the display part installation. Now let me show you the rear bracket and how to run this cable to the center console 12-volt socket. Here's the bracket in the back. As you can see, this will help hold the weight of the CarPlay display, and it's really sturdy. There you go. There you go. It's really sturdy. And as I mentioned before, I didn't apply adhesive on here because I don't plan to have this display all the time for daily driving. I'm planning on this display for my wife or someone that's sitting in the front can enjoy their entertainment, their streaming service or gaming in front while we take a road trip, maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours road trip, so they can have this display so they can enjoy it, so don't get bored for the long road trip. So now let me show you. So you just hide this cable right here along, you see, the side of the center console. Okay, it's a little tough to do it in one hand, but yeah, just unwind it and then you just tug it along until here and then goes up here. So you can see I'm done with the cable, and then just open your center console and here's your 12-volt socket. Let me show you quick. Right there. And then just open it and plug it in. Bam, that's it. Now your display should power up. You can see the lights on. Let's see if the display power up. Here you go. Now the installation is done. Let me show you the overall look of this CarPlay display for your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y. Alright, so I got the display started up and running. As you can see, it's a huge display. It's basically the same size, exact same size on the working area of the display, except this bottom part. As you can see, it starts right here and then it starts right here. So exact same as the main display. I'm sure you can see it. It starts right there. So it matches the main display of your Tesla Model 3 and Model Y, which is really cool. So let's go through a few settings real quick and what it can do. So the display is a full touchscreen display that you can download a lot of apps because this is an Android based display, and you can turn on and off display right here manually, and it will turn off itself when you the car is off. That's the reason why we connect that OBD port over there, so it's communicated. When the car is off, the display will turn off by itself. Otherwise, it will just keep it on. But you can also change if you don't use display at all. You can go to sleep mode. I'll show you later when in the setting. So let's go through the setting real quick. So you can go right here, go to its setting. So it has all the shortcut on the bottom, as you can see. And then internet, as of now the display is connected to my house, but you can connect to your Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone. So when you want to use the display on the go, on the road trip, just connect to your Wi-Fi hotspot. Again, the internet strength, it depends on how much how your phone internet strength is, but that's how you connect the internet to the display, so you can stream the movies or play games during the trip. And BT connections is Bluetooth connection, so the display does not have a built-in speaker, so in order to listen to it you have to connect to the Bluetooth headphone, one of these, or any kind of Bluetooth headphone. And you can also connect to a game controller, so you can play game with this display. Okay, so it should be on here. Let's connect, pairing the device, pair the controller. Now it is connected, as you can see. And same thing here to connect to the headphone. So activate your headphone first. So it's activated. So we just go to pair new device, and we're just gonna have to look for the headphone, which is this one right here. Pairing, same procedure. See, as you can hear, it's connected. So you have the volume on here. This is the main volume on the display that you can control. As of now, the display cannot control anything in the car, which is good. I like it this way because, I mean, seriously, the passenger, it's just right here. You want to control anything, it's just a couple inches to your left. You don't need it. This display is mainly for the entertainment purpose for the front passenger. Now we got both devices connected, so that's how you this is all the setting. That's how you connect Bluetooth devices to the display. So this is all the setting that you can do on the display. So all all the main setting, language, time, and all that system. So you can see the software option. You can do an Android setting. So this is more of the detailed setting to the Android system on the display. It shows how much how much it has, how much storage it has. It has built-in storage, I believe 32 gigs built-in storage, but I downloaded a whole bunch of apps. I'll show you right now. So on the main display, these are the feature apps. So you have YouTube, Spotify, Netflix, and this is video. Let's select. This app can play your files or your videos or music that you can put it in your thumb drive and USB thumb drive, and you can plug in the back of the display, as I showed earlier in the video when I show the details on the display. And so you can use this app to play all of those movies and music. So you always can go home by pull down from the top screen, as you can see, and then goes here, then you will go home. And the apps, so the rest of the apps will be on this page right here. So you can download any apps you want from the Play Store, the Google Play Store. So I have downloaded a few apps here. So we have Netflix. I tested it, it worked. And you can download as many as streaming service as you want. I tried Disney Plus. Somehow it won't let an Android device that connected to the car play Disney Plus for some reason, but that's only the app that won't work. Prime Plus, Prime Video, Max, whatever streaming service you have, you can use it to watch your streaming service. Let's check out YouTube real quick. Here's YouTube. This is my channel, so you can browse and watch any video you like on YouTube, like this very cool entertainment display. Then another display that I got from Tesla, see, that you can play with two controllers at the same time. As you can hear, the sound is coming out from the headphone. Again, this is the touchscreen based display, so you can use the touchscreen on the display, both control the display and play the touchscreen based games on the display. And of course the sound is coming out from here, which is awesome. I wouldn't connect the sound to the car but I think you could connect to the sound to the car, but you don't want to bother driver while that person driving a car. You want to listen to whatever, or watch or play games and use the headphone, so you don't bother anybody in the car at all. So that's the best way to do it. Now let's go back and test out Netflix. Again, responsiveness of the processor, I think it's great. Again, it's also depends on your speed, your internet speed as well. You go this one, family friendly movie. Again, the sound will come out from the headphone. Let me move forward.
Look at all this. Are we lucky? I don't think we belong here in the real world.
It's great, super clean, responds super quickly, load really fast. Of course, I'm not connected to my home Wi-Fi, but as you can see, it works, and it's full screen, and you can adjust. Let me show you real quick. You can adjust general the screen saver time here, so you can set the screen saver to however minutes you want. I set to never because I'm testing at the moment, but you don't want the display to just sit there and doesn't do anything, or you can put on the screen saver time. But again, you can manually just turn it off if you don't really need it. As I show you in the video how easy it is to install, you don't need it for your daily drive or daily basis. You just have to remove the display and then unplug from the center console, and that's it. I just leave that in there to connect to the car, but every time I need the display, come back in, slide it in, and then connect to the power in the center console 12-volt socket, and that's it. And let me show you one more thing, the game. So again, it's controller based. I download the controller based game. As you can see, I'm controlling the game using a game controller, and the sound is coming out from the headphone, Bluetooth headphone. So this way I do not bother anybody in the car, especially the driver. So the controller has a full control on the game, but just make sure you pick the game that you can use the controller, or you still can use a touchscreen based game. I'll show you later. Alright, let's race. As you can see, I have the full control. It's make it so much fun and so much easier to control to play the game. Alright, so that's the controller based game. Let's test out a touchscreen based game. This is Fruit Ninja. We'll see how response is the touchscreen. As you can see, it's really responsive. Whoa. Again, the sound's coming out from the headphone. Believe me, I'll be enjoying the road trip a lot more as a passenger by having this display. Again, it's a full screen display, so I know you have your phone with you, but you don't want to look at a tiny little screen the whole 2 hours, right? Or play games. But this way, you're going crazy with this huge, big display. Alright, I think that's enough demo for the touchscreen based game. So now we know you can watch streaming service, any streaming service that you could download from the Play Store. Also any games, both touchscreens based or a controller based game, which is so much fun on the road trip. Very cool display indeed. Let me go back to home. Now let's test out more graphic intensive game like this one. Now let's test out the processor on this display and how it does with this high intensive graphic. It's really smooth so far. Wow, I'm impressed on the Android processor that it came with the display. As you can see, this is high intense, a lot more intense graphic based game, and it runs really good, really smooth. Okay, I forgot to mention one thing. The display also has Apple CarPlay, but I don't think you really need it for this display because Apple CarPlay is basically for a driver. This is not for a driver. It's for a co-pilot or front passenger display. And also it kind of blocks the AC right here, but then you can adjust the AC to go down below to your leg, especially for winter. So because there's nothing here, pretty much nothing at all, because the display is basically floating, and it has this bracket in the back to hold the display in place, and you can play the game with it. You can watch any streaming service. The gaming is both control with the controller and the touchscreen, and so much more for your co-pilot or front passenger seat. Now, my wife doesn't have to focus on my driving or keep telling me how to drive my car. She can focus on this display and watch her show while we're on a long 3 hours, 2 hours road trip, and which is really awesome. Or even for me, if she's driving the car, I can focus on my show on this display and don't have to worry about her driving either. Let me know in the comment down below what you think about this display. I know it's crazy, ridiculously big display. It's basically double of the van display, but for sure it will benefit my next road trip. I'll make sure to put the link of this display from Tesla C in the description down below, and special discount code for you too. Thank you so much guys for watching today's video. Don't forget to click like if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more awesome contents like this. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.